This week's episode of So Wrong It's Right is brought to you by Foxy Bingo. Looking for a fun online bingo experience all at the tip of your finger? Whether you're a seasoned bingo pro or a complete beginner, Foxy Bingo is the place for you. They've got bags of bingo to go around, plus loads of top slots you can grab a paw full of. They have a huge range of free, classic and exclusive games you can play with your mates and a community chat so you can always be part of the Foxy pack. So get your Fox on by heading to Foxy Bingo today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org, T's and C's apply.
Basically, Chris Hughes was messaging me and he was with you.
Yeah, I think you were quoted somewhere saying that, some of those relationships you've had, you contribute to some of the downfall of your mental health.
In every relationship, there's been some kind of control, dictation. I'm not having it anymore.
What's the future hold for you and JJ? I can't believe I'm actually saying this.
Shit, what?
Katie Price.
Oh!
Welcome to So Wrong It's Right.
I love
it.
Because the last time I saw you...
Right, Kate,
let
me give context. So for me, if anyone does or doesn't know, and I think I did tell you this around the time, but anyone that grew up with me is listening to this. When I say I was Katie's number one fan, I had every merch, every book. When I was riding, I had all the riding gear.
Can you ride?
I can ride. I don't ride anymore. But when I did, I had all the stuff.
No.
So I was super fan. I did a book report on one of your books at school.
Did you?
And I got a detention because they thought I was trying to be funny. Because everyone else did Wuthering Heights and something by Shakespeare. And it was in our library though at school.
Oh, was it?
And I did a book report on it. And my teacher was like, you think you're really smart? Because I was talking about your time in Playboy Mansion and all that stuff. And he was like, this is not appropriate. So anyway, so I had all these insane memories about you. Went on Love Island, came out, obviously thrust into the industry head first, didn't know what was going on. And then we meet. But how do we meet?
How would you even start this?
So I was dating Chris off the back of the show and he went on Loose Women. I'm trying to remember, because I was speaking to someone the other day about this and I was like, I'm trying to remember how it even came to light.
I don't know, but basically, Chris Hughes was messaging me and he was with you.
With me?
And we was at the NTA Awards and I was with the Loose Women girls. And I remember seeing you, and because I'm such an honest person and a girl's girl, I was like, I'm going to have to tell her it's true. I think something had come out and you denied it.
Yeah.
That was it. I don't know how it even come out. And so I said, look, there's so much to tell you. Look, he has messaged, and I was showing you them.
Yeah.
I said, if you don't want to believe me, don't, but I've got no reason to lie to you at all. And I think you was a bit oh, is it or isn't it? Must have crossed your mind. And then I remember we was at some different awards and him and Kem went on stage. Was you at that one?
Oh my
when
God.
I put my hand up and I went, show us all the texts then, Chris.
So at this point, he'd been in the media, obviously denying the messages, calling Katie a liar.
It was the same with the Gareth Gate moments years ago, denying it.
Heckled him at this, I think it was ITV Palooza or something. And
I hate people that lie. Why lie? And don't be ashamed of me. If you're all right to text me, don't be ashamed. Don't lie, because that's one thing I've always done in this industry. Never lie about anything. And the truth always comes out.
I was in a difficult situation, I think, at that time because, one, it was a new relationship that I was wondering, I don't even really hardly know this guy, let's be real. I've been with him for 8 weeks, but people are treating us like we're married. So I don't know how to tell if he's lying.
Yeah.
But when you confront someone about something and they put on such a big reaction, that his reaction was so, hysterical that almost I was so taken back by the reaction that I was like, well, surely if it was true, he couldn't be getting this upset. And so I was like, I always had a question mark on it, but then I think as I got to know him and the weeks went on, I kind of thought other things happened and, and we weren't meant to be together. This is no shade on Chris, whatever.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
It's not like I was ever going to get married or anything, but so that's how we crossed paths.
It's if you're going to do messages and things like that, and then people talk and it
Just
gets
own
out.
It.
But not many people have done well from Love Island, but you've done so well.
Oh, thanks,
No,
mate.
proud of you, actually.
Seriously?
Really done well, yeah. You're on the TV, you've got your own show, you're married. settled.
Oh, thanks.
No, I
mate.
love it.
But honestly, you paved the way for a lot of the careers that us girls have in this industry because you are the original and you've done. There's nothing you haven't done.
Yeah.
And speaking of things you've done, you have a new autobiography that's available to shop now. Can you tell me a bit about it?
Normally, I would have done a book like every 2 or 3 years because of situations that have happened in my life. Now, this book is different to the others. It's not like people I've been with, this and that. There's actually a trigger warning. Can I read the trigger warning at the beginning? To warn people that this book is actually serious. And I sit here and smile now because I've come far from it.
But also, I feel like you're a bit like me. You use comedy as a bit of a defence.
Cover up,
So if something's really dark, I laugh about it. My mum goes, "That's not funny, Liv." And I'll be like, "That's how I..."
That's how you deal with things. So this book, they had to put this in, trigger warning, it says in it. This book may contain material that could trigger emotional distress or discomfort for some readers, including drug use, suicide, sexual assault, body dysmorphia, and surgery. Now, me doing this book has not been fun. It's been the hardest book I've done. And then they wanted me to do an audio version. And I'm like, are you for real? I don't even want to read it back. And when I say it's a horrific read, it's because it's really what's been going on behind the scenes. Like, if I don't turn up for work, no one could take my place. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm all good. When really inside, I haven't been for a long time. And life traumas I've had to deal with, I've never dealt with them. You just move on and move on and move on. I put everything in here. All my ADHD assessments are in here. My priory notes, a lot of them are in here because you're only allowed a certain amount of words in the book.
And then there's stuff from the past that you've not talked about, and then there's more
recent
stuff.
It's all more about the mental battles that I've had to deal with and putting a front on. But then how I've turned it around and what helped me turn it around. So the end is good for people to know that I literally hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to deal with it, in denial, and people around me going, Kate, what's wrong with you? You need help. And I'll be like, no, I'm fine, when I wasn't fine.
You mentioned your ADHD diagnosis.
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
So when did you get diagnosed?
Last year.
So I was diagnosed at 21. So I was lucky in the sense that I feel that my childhood would have been different if I was diagnosed earlier. But I'm still relatively earlier than a lot of women are later than me. 21, It kind of saved my life to be diagnosed at that time because I was right on the cusp of things going wrong. How do you think ADHD, now you've been diagnosed, how has it made you understand yourself better?
So, if you look at my school reports, it so makes sense. But back then, because I'm ancient compared to you, I'm 46. If you look at all my school reports, she's capable but easily distracted, all of that, all says the same. Now, if I knew about ADHD back then, I wouldn't have been in situations or reacted to things how I did. Nowadays, now I know because I've severely got it, I now know that if someone texts me something, I would breathe, and then probably not reply or respond different. It's just, times I've been in court, I didn't know how to react to things or situations.
Are you talking about like the impulsivity of ADHD? Like just acting without thinking?
Yeah, but I couldn't help. I didn't know what was going on. And now my family understand because they're like, Kate, why do you do these things? Why are you impulsive? Why are you like this? I don't know, it's me, but now I understand it. And a lot of women don't get diagnosed till they're older because we're multitaskers or have kids. They just think, we're just getting on with it.
But we hide things because society guilts us into kind of society normal behaviours. So we mask it, basically.
Yes,
you can hide it. But people always say, if you've got ADHD and someone says to you, just concentrate or just think before you act. That's like telling someone who wears glasses, take the glasses away, well, just squint. It doesn't work like that.
No.
You can't
it's
just tell
knowing
someone,
yourself.
Yeah, it's having that internal dialogue. But through cognitive therapy, which I know you've done
loads,
you can learn techniques to help yourself.
I have done. So I've learnt tools when I say tools, you learn through therapy and doing different like courses how to deal with yourself. I'm a lot more calmer. I can deal with situations without reacting. My time management has got better. It's just helped my life. I mean, I'm quite chaotic and like, you can never take that away from me. And I quite like that about me. I'm organised chaos. But in situations now, I can control better because I understand and I have to talk to myself, Kate, this isn't the right reaction.
Yeah.
I can't explain it until you're in it.
One of the things that you talk about when you speak of mental health and things that impact you is men and the impact they've had on your life. And without going into specifics, I think you were quoted somewhere saying that, you know, some of those relationships you've had, you contribute to like some of the downfall of your mental health. Is that?
Absolutely. Every single relationship I've had have been either, I've been love bombed. They've been gaslighting, mental abuse, physical abuse, toxic. And that's all I was used to. And it's now me realising what a healthy relationship like. It's really foreign to me. But it's okay to go out for your mates. You don't have to have a man say, who you messaging? Show me your messages. Give me your passwords. What time you're home? You're not doing that job. You're not doing this.
Yeah.
Or do you fancy him? Or are you looking at him? In every relationship, there's been some kind of control, dictation. I'm not having it anymore. I've literally feel like, through all what I've learned, and you'll see it in the book, I've gone through a washing machine. I've come out with the knowledge, the experience. I've done a reset button. So now I'm making my comeback again, as if I've started my career again, but now I'm refreshed. I've had all the bad. I know all the signs, a lot of managers, the dictation. I'm a human, I'm not a product.
But don't you think that it's very easy for people to say, oh, how can you make the same fucking mistake time and time again? How can you keep choosing the wrong man? But I do think that familiarity becomes safety. So it might just be like, someone's an asshole, but if that's familiar and you're used to that feeling, you just go back into it.
Can't help it. Your rings are fucking. I'm going to rob you on the way out.
They actually need a good clean. They've got,
do you know how the best way to clean? Best way to clean diamonds.
Go on.
Boil hot water with fairy liquid in it and boil them.
Oh, so someone did tell me that fairy
really
liquid in the toothbrush.
It doesn't ruin them.
Okay, right,
boil
try
them.
that.
Boil the fuck out of them.
You've had a few diamond rings over the years.
I have.
Do you still have any of them?
The last one, actually, with Cole, we had an argument when I was in Ibiza. I was doing a job.
Don't tell me.
No
you
alcohol.
In the sea or something.
No alcohol. We argued because he went through my phone while I was doing a shoot. I said, did you see anything on it? No. I said, exactly, why are you going through my phone? I said, you know what? You can have this. Threw it at him and it went over the balcony. So we went to look for it and we've never found it. So one day someone's going to find a beautiful diamond ring.
Oh my God, it's like
So
Titanic.
I was gutted because it's a beautiful ring. And I said, well, if you didn't argue with me about going through my phone, it would never have happened. So that's why you don't see that ring.
But there's the ADHD, impulsivity.
Yeah, and we heard it. We heard it go over. And we were like, so we stopped arguing then. We was like, where's the fucking ring? We got to get on a flight. Couldn't find it. So someone will find that ring one day.
What a find. Imagine that. What Sheffield Beach.
Oh, I know. I'm gutted because I love that ring.
One thing that I think is so interesting about so many things are interesting about your career, but at one of the heights of your fame, because actually you can't say the height of your fame, because I think you're still just as famous now.
Do you know what? I've never gone up that ladder. They say once you get up the ladder, you always come down, and I'm still climbing it and always get bopped back down. I'm like exhausted with it.
You've managed to like timelessly stay relevant.
Don't know how.
What is insane is that you started your career before the social media, before the Instagram, before Twitter. And I remember this because obviously, being a Katie Price fan, I'd wait for like the Tuesdays when the OK shoots to come out and the heat. And I just don't think the younger girls and boys that listen to this pod will understand what it was like when you were a fan of someone or you weren't still what celebrities are doing.
I'm so glad you
didn't have this like
up.
access to them. So pat pictures and things like that, which I know people still look at Daily Mail and things like that, but they were so much more valuable because you'd be like, see this part of their life, because otherwise you wouldn't see their life.
It's weird you say that because lucky I do the podcast with my sister And we do talk about that because the younger generation, I'm like, they know Katie Price. They don't know who Jordan is.
No.
And if you say, oh, yeah, I was Jordan, they're like, who's Jordan?
Yeah.
Like,
But imagine all the
if
things
the
you were
Jordan
doing.
stuff was out now, which I'm obviously doing a comeback to do exactly all what I did then, the perfumes, underwear and all that stuff. But no one has any idea of how much I had to graft because there was no social media. It was all magazines, newspapers, covers of Esquire, GQ, Loaded.
So different.
Like, that's all I did. They had no social media.
How have you navigated now transitioning into like social media being a big part of your career and using Instagram and stuff?
No, it's so difficult. It's so different. Although I will be cocky with this statement.
Go on.
Like, I'm not the most confident person, but
No, you're a wallflower, yeah.
put me in a photo shoot with a young 20-year-old and I'd wipe the shit with him. I might not look it sitting there, but I come alive in front of the camera when it's a photo shoot. I am the best at what I do with that, which is why I do OnlyFans. Like, I still don't get all my bits and that out because I never did.
But you enjoy shooting.
I just become like an animal in front of the camera. I absolutely love it. And that's why you'll never see pictures on me on Instagram in bikinis, underwears, because that's all I've ever done. So the older generation who grew up with that, they love the OnlyFans. But I tell you now, you younger generation out there, have a look at my OnlyFans and then you'll see I'm a MILF. Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone disputing that. Do you enjoy social media? Do you enjoy using Instagram?
I don't even know how it properly works. This TikTok stuff, like my 9-year-old knows how to do it all.
Know.
And like Princess and Junior.
Princess is properly growing up in this.
She's my mini-me.
She's so gorgeous. Do you worry about her online and like the pressures, the Instagram pressures and everything that comes with it?
I think because they grew up into it, they know about it. I think they turn comments off something. Yeah, they're good in interviews, and you won't really see me and Princess or anything pictured together because I let them do their thing.
Is it mad seeing her now going to events and stuff and holding her own?
Yeah, sometimes she went to White Fox the other day. I went, why can I come with you? And all my mates went to it, and I thought, am I not good enough to go to that? Why didn't I get an invite? Is it because I'm too old? What's going on? Like. Because a lot of my friends, Geordie Shore lot, and that went. I was like, why didn't I go? But I want Princess to do her thing, like not have to have mum on her side for press. Like, let her enjoy it and let them graft like how I had to do it. And then they appreciate it more. I don't like it when you get kids who are just given to it on a plate. They need to learn the work ethic. I know it's easier being an influencer, putting pictures up and that, but they still need to know, and they have got that work ethic. They want to work for what they get.
Yeah. Hi dolls, welcome to this week's What the Foxy Moments, brought to you by Foxy Bingo. Hi Olivia, what would you say is the most so wrong it's right thing you've seen on socials? I'm from Manchester and I'm obsessed with watching people unblocking drains and watching the water run away. Ben in Urmston. That is a niche one, Ben, not going to lie. Mine's also quite niche and I don't know how it's going to be received, but I have a particular obsession with videos of people being attacked by cats. So it can be like their pet cats or it could be a cat they don't know, but there's a page that's basically called like Cats Are Beep. There was a video girl and she's an influencer. She's like, hey guys, so like today, and the cat's just like, shut up. The cat just comes out of nowhere and she's like, yeah, it's good. I've seen a few of them. It's just so wrong it's right, because it's a bit of a shame really to get attacked by an animal, but it makes for great viewing. And it just further confirms that cats hate us. Olivia, what gives you the ick the most? Turkish teeth or Turkish hair on a guy? Callie in Aberdeen. I'm guessing you're meaning teeth and hair that's been purchased in Turkey. It's not a thing against Turkish people. So I guess Turkish hair would be hair transplant. I mean, can I really sit here with 20 porcelain loose seats in my mouth and say teeth? A bad hair transplant is always a bad time. Like, I think you're just better off to be bald. I would say the hair. I'm never going to discredit people for having nicer teeth. It's things as a nation that we should definitely prioritise. Guys, that was this week's What the Foxy Moments, brought to you by Foxy Bingo. I will see you next time. One of my favourite subjects, and I've done my docs about it, is I know your favourite subject as well.
I love it.
Not this
Surgery.
is surgery. Obsessed.
No, I am, and I think I've got body dysmorphia because I'm going for my face next
This is
week.
what I want to ask you. Can we just debunk? So you just had your boobs done.
Small, although it don't look it to you lot in
So
there,
they were
but
bigger than that.
Yeah, I have 1,000. I was. Well, you must know doing your program.
Yeah.
So I was 2,500 cc. I'm now 1,500.
For reference, I think mine are 450.
400. Yeah. Normally, when people first get their boobs, they're normally 275 to 475.
Okay.
These are 1,500.
Are you happy with them now?
I wouldn't have minded if I'd gone smaller, but my back, they were too big. They were too big, but at least I tried it. They were the biggest. Now they've gone down. They're like a bungee, my boobs. Big up, down,
How does the
down.
skin actually... You must have the strongest skin
No, look
in
at
the
this
world.
now, right? I don't care. So look, I'm still recovering.
Oh, Kate.
I know, I'm
Should you not have a
trooper.
sticker on that? Like a plaster?
Nah, I'm all right.
It's it's literally
It's
like an open wound.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But the thing is, I heal so well, and it's like going shopping for me, surgery. Like I'm doing my face at the end of the week, facelift.
So what...
I know you're going to say you don't need it. My
No, do
mum
you know what?
says
I'm not going to say you
ridiculous.
don't need it, because I actually, whenever I've done things to myself, it's the most annoying thing when people say you don't need it, because no one actually needs surgery.
No, no one does.
It's a want, isn't it? Why
I'm
do you?
so glad
Why do
you
you
said
want
that.
it?
Right. I have never thought I'm pretty, and I still look in the mirror now, and I'm like, ugh. And I hate looking at old pictures.
But then where
Disgusting.
does the line then go of
I
the
don't
confident
know.
Kate who in front of the camera can turn it on, smash it in a photo shoot, know you
Yeah, and
look
I
good.
like the pictures
So
when I'm
you
in a
know
photo.
you look good.
in them photo shoots. And I feel sorry for the younger generation because I started doing stuff to my face. I know I did my lips when I was in my 20s and I looked like Donald Duck because I think it was a new thing out then. But as for my face, I am 46. So if I want surgery, I'm old enough. But you do get girls now, and I'm going to say it because I know there'll be young girls out there who are having filler. All this pumped in their face, their lips out here. I know I'm not being a hypocrite, but I'm 46. I'm not in my early 20s. They're having all this stuff done. What are they going to look like when they're 40? It's scary. And when I look back, I had my boobs done when I was 18. I think it's too young. I think you should wait till 21. Because I look at Princess, she's 17. I think, oh my God, imagine in a year she wants her boobs done. It's so young. It's too young.
What would your reaction be if she came to you
Well,
and she wanted?
won't.
Do you not
Because she's
think?
seen me go through it all.
Do you think
she knows she's pretty though? That's the difference.
Do you think seeing you having done so much has put her off?
Yes.
Really?
Because people see, mind you me, now if I have surgery, I set up the paps because I'd rather put the most horrific looking pictures out so no one else can take that picture of
Yeah.
me
Can
before
I
anyone
just-
else does. I looked fucking awful.
Because I know you set this up and it's my favourite, one of my favourite pictures of all
Oh,
time
no,
because
which
I've got
one?
veneers. When you had them in
Oh, the
Turkey
teeth.
with you. So when you
Awful. It is awful, but it's real.
and you turn to the side. So when you have your veneers done, if you're listening and you don't know,
They should call you Peggy.
they shave your teeth down so you end up looking like a shark. You have
It's
these little daggers.
ugly.
Kate had the paps in when she's had her teeth done and she has...
They look
I've got
like
a picture
pegs.
of my phone when
It's
I'm my
ugly.
dentist. It's terrifying, isn't
But
it?
it's real. I like to let people know. It's not just the before and after, it's the in-between.
I
There was
know.
a picture a few years ago, I think when I had my eyes and that done, I looked like I'd been in a car crash. Awful. And
You
everyone
had a
was
head
like...
bandage on. You went
Yeah,
to some
I had
event.
to do some event. That was another time. Hideous. And my mum was like, Kate, what have you done? I'm like, Mum, shut up. It's fine. It will settle. You've got to know the process. And the thing is, when you see before and after pictures, you don't really know what it's like in between. And I want people to know it's not easy having surgery. You have to recover and you do look horrific for a while.
I've got to ask you though, because
Ask
after
me whatever you want.
after doing
I
that
haven't had my
surgery-
fanny done. That's the
after
only
doing-
thing. That's all right. I've had one kid through there and the rest are sunroofs, so that's intact.
Okay,
fine.
that's good. I'll tell you what you're doing at the moment that worries me the
Oh,
most.
shit.
The bum filler.
No, right, can we talk about this?
Because we did this on my documentary and I've
No.
learned how dangerous, and I see you doing
I
it on
don't
your
know.
Insta.
I've done it twice, but now I think I've lost weight and it's gone. Now, my bum's gone a weird shape now, and I wish I never had it done.
It's because I saw that on your stories and I thought, well, I'm not going to be like the Instagram police or make
No,
mistakes.
do
But I
it.
thought I don't want young girls to look at your socials and go, oh my God, that looks amazing. Because I learned for doing the doc that it can be so dangerous.
I know it can be as well. And years ago, I tried a BBL where they take your own fat off your body.
Yeah.
I hated it. So I had all that fat. Because when you do BBL, they use your own fat in your bum. I had it taken out. I hated it. Hated it. Big bums don't suit me. I don't want a big bun. And I do see some of these girls like, oh my God,
know.
what are you doing?
I think with boobs, once you've fucked with your bum, it's way harder to fix it than your boobs.
I don't like my bum at the minute. I don't know what's happened to
Just
it.
be careful, because when I saw
I'm
on
not
your stories,
touching
I
it.
was like, because
No,
I
I'm
just
not
learned
touching
all
it.
the risk. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And I've seen there's some horrific things on it. Like
The thing with
some of it-
BBL is, this is like this. I'm not being a bitch
I think
saying
it's a
this.
fashion.
You never, with boobs and like other surgeries, I'll see so many girls, like, especially if I'm in LA or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks amazing. That's amazing. You rarely see a good BBL. Like
No,
in
I
clothes,
agree.
yeah, but out of clothes, they never
Exactly.
look. So that's what I'd say to young girls who are like thinking of doing something to their body like that.
Yeah.
You're better off trying to get in the gym and make the best what you can.
Do you know, I'm actually going to agree with you and agree with the surgery thing.
And I'm not
Yeah.
anti-surgery. I'm
No, I'm
obviously
not either.
pro-surgery,
But the bums, I think, is the most tricky. I wish I left my bum alone and not even try. I don't even know what I was trying to achieve out of that. I thought I'd just try
just
it.
give it a go.
Give it a go and regret that. I think because I sit on my arse all the time, I think it looks square. And the horse riding. But square bum's all right.
You just mentioned about the kids coming out the sunroof. Do you want more kids?
Yes.
You do?
You'll see a programme coming out. I can't even watch it. I've asked my sister to watch it back on my IVF journey. It's failed and failed.
and is this with like a
Ex.
with the ex?
Yeah. People got to realise it doesn't matter if I act young or if I look younger. Your body is still 46 and your eggs get less and they get older and it's harder.
But you definitely want another one.
Or two.
Really?
It's not really, it's going to happen one way or the other. I don't know how or well, and I'll try.
So 'cause
Not
I'm
giving up.
33 and I don't have any. Brad would love one, and
I
I'm
love it.
terrified.
What are you terrified of?
So many things, like the body change, like out of my
But
control.
mine hasn't. Look, I've
No, I
had
know.
5 kids. Look.
I know. And then all the people, when I say body change, it's more like things changing out of your control and like not knowing how I'm going to feel. Like, what if I'm ill for 9 months? What if I'm vomiting?
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
was
it
sick.
scares me. And then I think just because I've got to this age now, I've always had my freedom. I'm scared of like the responsibility of it.
Do you know, I used to think that when I had Harvey, because I had him at 23.
Yeah.
And then remember, on top of that, he was blind and then had all these complex needs, which makes it harder.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing that happened to me. He'd just come to work with me. And like I'd be sitting there and he'd be in the car seat and I'd be like that, just rocking it. Or just putting a bottle in. I don't know. I believe if you have children, you make them fit in your life. You shouldn't change your life.
Yeah.
And I've always done that. Whenever I've travelled, they've come. It's not as hard as you think. The only thing I think's hard is the sleep in the beginning.
Yeah.
The sleep. But you enjoy it because it's your baby. I mean, kids are hard work, but it's fun. They're like mini yous, and no, I would have more.
So, JJ,
Mm-hmm.
I did watch Married at First Sight. So for people listening or watching, JJ was on last series or the series
Last
before?
series,
Last
yeah.
series. I watched him. He left coupled up with
Ella,
How did you two meet?
because he got diabetes.
What?
That's how we met. So I'd never watched Married at First Sight before.
It's so good though, isn't it?
Oh my God, have you watched the Australian ones?
It's so
Obsessed.
good.
So I watched it and I remember thinking, God, he's quite fit. Right, yeah, he's fit. And then he was coupled up with this girl who clearly wasn't his type because he said what his type was. Basically, his type was someone fake. He likes the fake look. And then he paired up with Ella. And I thought, oh my God, if he likes her, why don't he like me? Why has he never messaged me? And then I have to say to myself, Kate, you're 46, you've got 5 kids. Why is someone like that going to message you? Well, I was wrong there. Right, listen, this is what happened. So anyway, the show finished. I was single. And then I went on the Daily Mail and I saw he was on the Daily Mail that he got type 1 diabetes, how it's changed his life.
Right.
And me being me, because I'm a caring person, and what I've gone through with Harvey or anyone gets any kind of illness, I always message them and go, I hope you're all right, because I know what struggles it can be mentally and all of that. So genuinely, yeah, it happened to be someone I thought was fit, but I actually wasn't really trying it, although maybe a teeny bit. I said, something like, I'm really sorry to hear you got diabetes. I hope you're okay. I watched you in the show and you was like really good. And he wrote back, oh my God, I'm really embarrassed. I went, why? He said, because I messaged you 2 years ago. I said, no, you haven't. And then he screenshot it. So someone must have gone on my Instagram and deleted it. He actually did message me 2 years ago. And all he said was, you're quite fit, to be fair. And I was like, oh my God, I never saw it. And then that day I was doing a masterclass near Essex. And I was like, where are you from? He's from Leigh-on-Sea. I said, oh, am I near there? So basically we met up for coffee for 45 minutes. And then we happened to be going to the same event the next day, the
And was
Geordie
he still
Shore one.
dating Ella?
No, he's single.
Right, that had all done.
So I met him, and the first thing I did, because I was with my daughter and I had my bald cat in a carrier, because I've got a Sphinx cat that comes with me.
Obviously.
And Jada, obviously. Random. So I was like, it's a typical girl thing. Is he walking in yet? What does he look like? Is he tall? Is he short? What's he like? You know what us girls are like.
Yeah.
What's he got on? Is he fit? Don't look. And I'm like, don't make it obvious, just talk like. Anyway, and he walked in, you sort of look him up and down, and I stood up, and first thing I thought was, it's not so tall, but doesn't matter. I like the accent, and I thought, I quite fancy him, actually. And then that was that, and then we was just texting. Then I saw him at the event, and it went on from there.
What's the future hold for you and JJ? Like, is this serious?
So I've been with him 7 months.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you're going to get married, did That was the old me.
Oh.
It is just, what would be. Just let me enjoy
good.
my male relationship. And it is what it is. It's all going well. My family like him.
That's
He's
good.
kind. He's caring. He's very chilled. Sometimes I want to go, wake up.
Sounds
Because
like
he's
Brad.
just chilled.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
But our personality needs chill.
Yeah.
You said at the top of our chat that you're in a comeback era. What can we expect?
Well, I do my podcast show, my sister. We've just done a tour, got the new book out. I've just filmed 3 shows for Channel 4, but you know what it's like, waiting for one to come out and the other. And now I'm filming my life coaching. I'm filming that, filming my Men on Death Row in Texas, serial killers. I'm doing one on murderers. I last interviewed a murderer 4 months ago. So there's all stuff like that. Then I got 2 pantos this year. Then I should bring out my perfume again. Underwear, pajamas. Yes, you're exhausted, and that's how I love it, being exhausting.
It's all happening.
But exciting for me.
I
What's
know.
exciting? It's like I've had the rehearsal. I know it works. I know the formats I use. And I do what I want to do, and I'm not having anyone dictate me. I hate that.
No.
I had that. It's down to me what I want to do.
Right now in your life, you seem happy.
I am, but that's what I mean. In the book, I've had the shit.
Yeah.
And how I've survived and come out the other end, I don't know how I did it, but I have.
Survivor.
I definitely am. Yeah.
Right, before you go, we're going to play a little game.
Oh, no.
You're going to like this one, I promise.
No, go on then.
So, obviously, the show is called So Wrong It's Right.
What are you looking at? Oh, looking
Just,
at that.
I always look at it just to check I've got it right myself. In this little box, there's on these cards, the team write these, so I don't know what's on
Oh,
these,
you're
but-
looking over there. What have you
The
got
team,
in
right.
store for me, you cheeky little
So I'm going to
bastards?
read the statement,
Is it about me?
No, they're like
Oh.
general, and I'll do it with you. So I'll read the statement and we'll decide if it's so wrong it's right, or
I
just
love wrong though,
or
because
just
it
right.
is right and it turns me on when it's wrong. It's not on about sex, Kate. It's a normal
I don't know
fucking
what's in here
question.
today. Right, first one, you've ready, Katie? Reading your kids' messages on their phone.
Like the younger kids I have to check.
Yeah, 100%.
When they're 9 or 10. But the older ones, no. But I do say to them, never, ever send any kind of sexual shots or anything, because believe me, it'll be somewhere and will come out.
Setting up fake pap shoots.
I do that now, never used to do it. And the reason I do it is to stop anyone else making money off me, because I'm sick to death of people making money off me. And yeah, I'd rather get there before someone else.
But back in the day,
I never knew about it. So I wonder what people made money for. I never set them up back in the day. I wish I did.
Just for like references also to like my Gen Z audience, back in the day when there was no social media, pap pictures
It's what
could
people
go
went on.
for what? Tens and tens and hundreds
not
of
anymore.
thousands.
Lucky, it's like some only sell for 200 quid.
Now it's not the same, because they can go on Instagram and take your pictures off and
Yeah,
whatever.
or people with camera phones
'Cause
can
didn't-
upload it. She's too hot to handle. It's not real fire, don't worry. Hello?
999.
Hello, you're interrupting.
Are you serious?
Hold on, let me get my bag.
Well, that would only happen on a podcast to Katie Price. The fire alarm went off, the whole building was evacuated, and then we lost Katie. She was like, I'm done, I've got places to be, and she ran off down the street. But that was amazing. She was epic. What a guest. I mean, she was everything that I thought she'd be and more, and I hope you guys agree. Just what you expect, in the sense that she's unfiltered, unapologetic, sort of lover or hater. Like, she is what she is, and she doesn't try and be anything else. And obviously I was a massive fan growing up, and then I had the most bizarre introduction to her in real life. I'm like, okay, I'm meeting this person I used to like idolise, and she's texting my boyfriend, WTF, and it was all very dramatic and just felt like I was living in a simulation. And then fast forward like 6 years down the road, and I'm interviewing her for the show. Such a weird life. Who knows what's going to happen next? I hope you guys enjoyed the app, and don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, leave a review and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. This week's episode of So Wrong It's Right is brought to you by Foxy Bingo. Looking for a fun online bingo experience all at the tip of your finger? Whether you're a seasoned bingo pro or a complete beginner, Foxy Bingo is the place for you. They've got bags of bingo to go around, plus loads of top slots you can grab a paw-full of. They have a huge range of free, classic and exclusive games you can play with your mates, and a community chat, so you can always be part of the Foxy pack. So get your Fox on by heading to Foxy Bingo today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org, T's and C's apply.